G'day guys, welcome back to another video here in Fiji. It's been ages since I've come to you with a video because we've just been flat out. We've had so much social stuff on, and the weather, to be honest, the weather hasn't been all that crash hot, and when I have had a weather gap, it's like the social calendar's just booking us out. So today, isn't it amazing? It looks amazing now, and I am in the middle of nowhere up a river system here, which I've never explored before, so I'm excited to do that. But out in the ocean, it's choppy, it's yucky, and it's not all that nice. So what I thought, rather than wait for the weather to get nice to go out to the ocean, I thought I'd come up into this river and yeah, and put a little bit of a video together, just exploring, doing a little bit of fishing. These rivers are under a hell of a lot of pressure right now from a fishing point of view, with, you know, being COVID times, and the villages along the river are hitting the rivers pretty hard for food because, you know, in desperate times you got to do desperate things, I guess. But I'm excited about this this little video because I've also been trying to get my hands on like a little swag or a tent or something, and you can imagine how hard it is getting stuff here in the COVID times with shipping and no flights and all of that sort of stuff. So I managed to get my hands on a tiny little, like, I guess it's a 2-3 man tent. So so we're going to stuff around in here for a bit, throw a few lures around, have a bit of an explore, and then we're going to go back maybe towards the river mouth and set up camp for the night, and you know, get a fire going, cook some dinner, and then maybe even put a rod out and see what we can catch during the night. I've got a sneaky suspicion that some big things cruise up and down this river at night, whether it's stingrays, sharks, big GTs, or barracuda, or whatever it is. So man, this is going to be one hell of an exciting 24 hours or so. So let's start by throwing a few little diving lures around. There's a heap of little snags and stuff along here. Yeah, so let's see if we can get something. Man, this thing's casting like shit. Should have bought my other little bait caster. Love the action of that lure though. Can you see the little kingfisher up there? Little blue, it's like white front, blue back. So for the Aussies watching this, that's like a relative of the kookaburra. So we haven't got much happening casting at any of these snags. So what I might do then is just cruise along here, do a bit of an explore, show you guys some of the scenery, and maybe just trawl this along and see if anything grabs it on the way. I can hear some big fish jumping over here, so I'm pretty excited to just trawl past this little bend. There's a few snags over there, and I've just heard a few like boofs on top of the water, so something's eating over there. But before I go past there, I just want to show you guys how much I really am in the middle of nowhere. Check this out. Hola! How are you? Catching any fish? No. Michael?
Abby.
Abby?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Abby. Yeah, I was going to set up a little tent, have a fire, do some fishing tonight.
All right. Yeah. Me too.
See if we can catch some fish.
Yeah.
Set.
Yeah.
All right. So, I reckon I just clear a little spot. Clear a little spot over here, get rid of some of these coconuts. Even a spot there ready for a fire. Got some dry stuff here. So, any coconuts up there? Doesn't look like there's any coconuts. I did bring some water. I was gonna do full survival trip, but maybe not this video, maybe another one. Cool, I'll get the tent set up. We'll get set up for a little fire. And I wanna share something with you guys that I've seen, I reckon, like in the late 80s on a TV show. And I'm gonna try and see if I can make it work here. Starting a fire just with a battery and a piece of foil. So we'll give that a crack. But let's get the tent set up. All right, we are done. Got our little yoga mat there to sleep on. Seriously, could you ask for a more picturesque, beautiful spot? So now that the tent's done and set up, we'll pack a few things up in the boat, get that sorted, get a fire going, and I'm gonna see if I can light it with the foil and the battery. Wish me luck. Okay, fire time. Let's get some tinder. Not your swipe left and swipe right type tinder. This tinder. All right, we got some sticks. Okay, so what you want to do, hopefully this works. You want to get a strip of foil and you want to get a battery out of your torch. And the idea is, the way I do it, is fold this over and you want to cut it so that you end up with a really thin bit. So too thin and it will burn through too quick, and too thick and it won't get hot. So you'll see that makes like a nice little thin strip in the middle. So the idea is you put one on the negative, one on the positive, and the current going through it obviously, I'm no electrician, but it when it's concentrated through that thin bit, the thin bit can't take it, sort of like a fuse, and it burns out. So you want to have, as I said before, get some tinder ready. This stuff here usually burns really well. So we just rip it a bit. Even paper, I should have probably brought some paper with me. Probably be easier. All right, now let's pull you guys right in here. Hopefully that is in front of you guys. Now you also got to grab something that's going to stop your hand from getting hot. All right, we'll cut a couple pieces of this stuff to hold on the top and bottom. so that we don't burn our fingies. All right. So put the first bit on there. Hope you can see this. And then we connect it that should get hot. Maybe too thick. That maybe my little thin bit is not thin enough. So let's cut again. All right. So take two. Let's see if this works. And we hold that on there. Hold that on there. A little bit of foil should start getting hot. Glowing red, going red. Come on. Ah! Burnt out before we could light. Ah!
Yeah. Coming.
Now we're going.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay, so maybe it wasn't such a good idea leaving it to the last minute to light the fire using the battery. So I will do another camping trip. I've actually got one, what's today? Wednesday. So Friday, everything going well, I'm going to go camping with the girls and Sala. So we'll start a bit earlier and let's nail lighting a fire with a battery and foil. So in the meantime, we have our fire set up here. What we'll do is we'll let that, hopefully you can even see, I don't even know, we'll let that burn down to coals. I'm going to go set up a fishing rod, like a bait runner, and set it out in the river, and then do a bit of fishing while that burns down, and then we'll cook up some grub. All right guys, so we've got the fire going, chipping away at getting it ready for cooking, which is pretty much there. Check that out, looks awesome. We've got a super clear night. I know you're not going to be able to see it on the camera, but it's a super clear night. That wind has backed right off, so it's going to be a beautiful night. Sleeping here down at the river mouth. Got the fishing rod in, set onto like a bait runner, so we'll see if anything grabs that along the way. And I'm going to cook up some awesome fish wraps. Actually went out this morning before I came down here. It was a bit choppy, but before it got too choppy, I went out and was trying to just catch some food. You know, as I said, haven't been out fishing for ages, so the food situation, like the fish in the freezer situation, is non-existent at home. So I went out to catch some food. Yeah, couldn't really find the fish. I hooked a big eye trevally, which, you know, they don't taste too well, so that went straight back. And then I ended up getting another small trevally, like a GT, and you know, they're pretty good eating. So I've got that, and that's what I'm going to cook up tonight. I'll share those clips with you now so you can check that out, and I'll see you back here for the big cook up. What do we got here? Something that's pretty decent, I think. Decent size. Ah, bummer. Big eye trevally. These things do not taste good at all. They fight all right. So yeah, nice solid fish, but they taste like shit. Bye bye, mate. Finally! Where are you? Man! It'll do, but not what we wanted, but it's food. Not exactly what we were after, but this is a really good eating size trevally, so gonna keep this. We have 0 fish right now, so yeah, a few meals here for us as a family, so yeah, good to get something, hey? So yeah, trevally around that size, it's just beautiful. It's almost the same as eating a Spanish mac, seriously. So we'll cook these up, then we'll make a couple of, knock up a couple of fish and salad wraps, and then I'll get a nice little comfy spot down by the river's edge and just chill out and then just bliss out actually and enjoy this night. It is so killer, like dead still, clear sky, and I'm actually excited to get going in the morning, and then we'll head out the river. We'll go out maybe to one of the reefs out here, see if we can catch some more food, and then head on home. But there's a hell of a lot to happen between now and then, and you guys be with me the whole time. Ooh, mama. I wanna kiss you all over and again. Look at that. Oh my God. All right, this fish is looking pretty damn good. And Abby has just come back across the river. So I'm going to make him a wrap too. Beautiful. And I'll sit down with my new friend and enjoy the serenity. Oh man, if you could smell this, this smells amazing. Okay, one wrap ready for Abby. Here you go, mate.
Oh,
So fresh sanga, salad, roti.
right.
Got that?
Thank you. Naka.
Now, the only thing you have to do for me is I need to see you try it. So you can give me a score out of 10.
Wait. Oh, good smell.
It smells awesome, doesn't it?
Yeah. Thank you, Lord. Amen.
Good stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Good.
What's the score? 1 to 10? 1 is terrible, 10 is amazing.
Number.
Yeah! What do you think?
We are roti vanaiga.
7, 8? 8 out of 10?
10.
10? Whoa! Too good. Too good. Naka, Abby.
Naka, Michael.
10 out of 10. Did you hear that, guys? I'm gonna get mine now. All right, let me just explain something here. From the second I left to come on this little camping adventure, everything went wrong. Just before I left, I was packing some stuff and a weight from my weight belt, so 2 kilograms of lead, dropped off of the shelf and landed on my foot and crushed my toe. Then, as I was pushing the boat in, a huge wave come over the front and wet everything, all my drone, everything like that got saturated. Then I've had tangle after tangle with the fishing gear. You know, everything's gone wrong. The fire didn't light properly with the with the battery. You know, not much firewood around here, had to rush things. And then look what's just happened now. I have just tipped my lettuce over. My salad is tipped over. My fish is still there, just made Abby the wrap. I come back here to do mine and the camera tipped over, hit the edge of the Tupperware and flipped it over into the sand. Can you believe that? I should have stayed home. But a terrible day camping is, well, there's no such thing. It's an oxymoron. There's no terrible day camping, even when shit's gone wrong. So, still grateful. It's still awesome. I'll salvage some of that lettuce and I'll get a bit of a wrap going for myself. All right. It didn't quite go exactly to plan, but that looks pretty damn good. Oh my God. Fresh fish cooked on an open fire, man. It doesn't get any better than that. Well, I'm gonna smash this wrap, sit down on the river edge there with Abby, do a bit of fishing, and if anything exciting happens, I'll definitely get the camera rolling. All right, I've just gotten into my little tent. Got my fishing rods next to me. On the yoga mat. Got a towel for a pillow. I don't even know if you can see that. Towel for a pillow. We didn't really catch too much. It was good just sitting there and having a bit of a chat with a new friend. But had one good run actually on the bait runner. But yeah, I wasn't anywhere near the rod when that ran, and by the time I got there it had stopped. And yeah, but anyway, what an amazing afternoon. Hopefully I captured a lot of it on the camera, but tomorrow is a new day and it's going to be packed full. Well, I guess the morning anyway. The morning is going to be phenomenal. Just got my fingers crossed that the weather plays the game, and hopefully it doesn't rain, and hopefully if it does, that my little $100 tent stays watertight. All right guys, if nothing much happens through the night, I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. Not gonna lie to you guys, that was a pretty crappy night's sleep. There's a stray dog around here that was just sniffing around everything, digging in everything. They're like crabs trying to get into my tent all night and just scraping on the side of the tent. And there were these little bugs. I don't know if they were bugs or frogs or what, but it sounded like a rocking chair right next to my head the whole night, just going like all night. And it literally only stopped as it started to get light now. Had to get up a couple times and sort the boat out, because as the tide came up, the boat came up here, and then as the tide went out, it started to get stuck. So that's all my mess there, trying to get that back in. But it's a new day. Weather looks pretty good. I've got a bit of that offshore blowing. You can see how pretty is that, man? Like the mountains and that there. So the cold air sort of funneling down here. So I'm going to throw a couple of lures around here. That bloody dog got into my boat last night and ate my bait. I literally took it, the whole bag. I can't even find it. So got no bait, but I got a few lures. Obviously I'll throw a few lures around here, see if we can catch something. So my friend Abby from the nearby village on the other side of the river, he's coming over again this morning to do a bit of fishing. So I'll hang around here and throw some lures until he gets here, and then maybe we go on the boat together and do something.
This one?
No. Alright, so we're all packed up, tents put away, rubbish cleaned up, everything's back in the little boat down here. The weather looks amazing today. I was going to go exploring that way down the river and you know, just film a little bit. I'm not so confident that we'll be catching much fish up that way. So instead, I'm thinking of maybe heading out here, go out the river mouth, out find some reef out there, and I've actually got some bait. So I always fish just lures and jigs and all that sort of stuff. So I might get out to a couple of reefs there and just drop some bait down on the bait runner and see if anything grabs it. So yeah, something a bit different, and hopefully I can bring you some excitement. Okay, Abby, thank you for your company. Thank you for hanging out and doing some fishing and the bait.
Thank you.
And yeah, I'll probably see you down here again at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, mother.
Mother, Michael.
Good luck fishing.
Yeah.
Alrighty, on our way out the river mouth. It looks incredibly shallow up the front here, so I may have to double back and cut through this little bit here between the sandbar, because I know that's pretty deep there. But we'll see. So We're only a little over half a meter deep, and we got things like that bamboo sort of just sitting under the surface, waiting to go through the hole. Obviously waves breaking over there and waves breaking over here. Snag in the middle there, so I reckon I'm probably just going to go to the left of that snag. I can literally see the bottom. See the bottom down there. I don't know if you can on the camera. You know it's shallow when the waves lip right up like that. Man, it has been so long since I've been out here. When I say so long, it's like probably a month, like really, since I've been out here when it's just glass like this. And honestly, for me, it doesn't get any better than this. This is what life is all about. Getting out here, enjoying the environment, enjoying the ocean, doing a bit of fishing, doing a bit of camping, meeting some new people. Bloody awesome. And water viz is pretty good. Let's see if anything grabs the bait. While I've got the bait hanging out there, I'll throw a couple lures around as well. Well, unfortunately, that's how it goes sometimes, guys. I wish I could say I catch fish every single time I go out, but I obviously don't. That's why it's fishing and not catching. But it's been an absolute blast camping last night, hanging out there in the river with Abby, just experiencing new stuff. Like, it's just been amazing. Stay tuned because, as I said, I've got a few new videos coming up, camping in a couple of days with my girls and Sala and Apelli. And something big that I've been telling you guys I've been working on for a while is so close to happening now. So within a video or two, I should be able to share that with you. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for all the likes and comments and subscribing, and have a great day, guys. I'll see you real soon.